Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining our call. Appreciate those who are here live and also those of you who are joining after the live call on the podcast. Love to have you guys here too. I know we have people from all over the world that are listening to the podcast, and the time is not always convenient because of time differences. And maybe work schedules or whatever, so it's not possible to get on the call live. But thankfully, this is one of those things that you can pretend as if you're on live. You can actually participate as if you're live. I do encourage you to grab some paper and a pen, and if you're listening to the podcast, to participate fully. We're going to be doing a 90-second meditation in just a second, and during that 90 seconds, I do encourage you to really get to a place where you can be quiet and have this silent meditation to yourself and get that personal inspiration that's available to you. Today, we had, in our rounds of gratitude that we do before we started the call, we had lots of people that mentioned things about the body and, gratitude for just all the things that our body means to us, the wisdom of the body, the way that we can move energy within the body, listening to our body, developing a skill to get in tune with our body. And it really felt like there was sort of like a consciousness of the body. So that's what we're going to focus on, is gratitude for body consciousness. And we'll just see what comes up. So 90 seconds, private silent meditation, gratitude for body consciousness. Begin. All right. The first thought that came to me was self-conscious, and that is kind of the counterfeit of body consciousness. When we're aware and use the body for feedback, it can be really a great tool for us to make change. But if we use our bodies to give us feedback and then we judge that and, have shame or guilt or, some of those lower vibration emotions that we get when we look at our bodies and see what it's, happening inside of us right now, then that it doesn't inspire change at all. It just inspires to create more of the same. Whatever we focus on and put really a lot of energy to, and especially if there's a lot of emotion behind it, we're going to create more of the same. So last night I had some cramps in my calf muscles, and I have gotten that, over, I don't know, probably like the last 30 years. I get that occasionally, and I always know that I'm not drinking enough water. And so that feedback for me today is to focus on drinking more water. And yeah, so I think that's probably enough, is just being grateful for the feedback that my body gives me, and to use that in a positive way to focus on the things that are going to help my body be better. Who else has something that they would like to share?
So I've been using your GPS, and it's been your GPS planner pages, and it's been so much more effective in connecting with my vision board. In fact, I've never been able to connect effectively with my vision board, and I didn't understand how people created any magic or anything with it. I don't know why I had a block there or something. And I have been feeling, so that's one of my goals, is because I know that my body is designed, just as all of ours are, to heal. And as I'm going through each section of my vision board, it all connects to my body, and feeling good and seeing my body how it was designed to be. And I think that we all know how our body is designed to be. And so sometimes out of the natural man, we do go to shame, like you were talking about. But when we can just see it and feel grateful for these things that our body is letting us know that we're not aligned, then and we can use that for good and our vision for what we're working towards, how empowering that is.
Beautiful. I love that. Just a thought that came to me, to kind of a little bit of a side note, is like appreciating the body type that we've been given, the body style that we've been given, and that there is a perfect version of our unique body, my personal unique body, your personal unique body. And there's a perfect version of that. And I love what you're saying, about that we intuitively kind of know what that is. And it's when we start comparing, or wishing that we had something different, where a lot of those negative, lower vibration judgments of ourselves, shame, things like that, start coming in. And so I love that idea of just being aware and knowing that our body was designed specifically by God, and there's a specific way, a specific version of that body that's perfect. And really, we don't have time to try to be something else. There's not time in our lifetime to do that. We need to just be our perfect best self and move forward and get done what we need to get done here on the planet. Thank you. And thanks for mentioning about the planner pages and how that's helping you to connect with the vision board. I personally have felt my daily GPS really up level once I got that planner done. Thank you. Thoughts?
I'll share.
Okay, thanks, Tammy.
So I was just thinking about how the importance of trusting that our spirits know what we need. And as I allow myself to be in quiet, calm spaces consistently, I'm able to tune in, and through my senses, hearing, feeling, seeing, I'm able to understand what my spirit needs and wants. And I had kind of an interesting experience yesterday, and I've experienced this before, and I don't understand how it happens, but I know it happens because I've experienced it multiple times. I was sitting doing my studying yesterday morning, and I felt my spirit go somewhere else. I can act, like, I've had experiences where I can actually feel my spirit leaving my physical body and going other places. And I felt it leave yesterday, and it's pretty amazing to me what we're able to tune into, and how much understanding we're able to receive as we allow ourselves to just be calm and quiet and listen.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Tammy, I know that you have this gift. There's been several times when we've had conversations, and I've even suggested to you that you might have a gift of being able to, to actually see and be in other realms, in the pre-earth life, in places where our ancestors have gone on to, and also, even like different realms that are available here for us on the earth. And I just think what a beautiful thing it is that you have embraced that gift, and that now not only is it supporting you, that it's, something that you can utilize for your benefit and your family's benefit, but you have actually stepped into doing a business where you can move energy within the body and to help facilitate change for people. And I just want to acknowledge you for stepping into your gifts and being able to, to help people, to allow their spirits to, I don't even know exactly what you do or how you do it or whatever, because like I said, this is your gift, but there's just a way that you have of tapping into things beyond just the physical. And I'm really grateful that you're stepping into that fully.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who else?
I think along with what has been said already, it's so important to fight for what is yours already, instead of trying to be something that you are not, or seeing somebody else, seeing what they're doing and trying to run for that. But just being, right in the moment that you're in and fighting for what your gifts are and fine-tuning those.
Beautiful. And I feel like most of the time it's fighting against our own selves, isn't it? It's not necessarily, it's like everybody else is happy, doing what they're doing. And a lot of times they don't even notice, but we feel like, I know there are people who stand up for who they are. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, you're awesome. And I think a lot of times we're just fighting our own limiting beliefs about who we are, or what, the gifts that we've actually been given. Usually when I meet someone for the first time as a client, when we first start having conversations, they almost always will give me clues in the very beginning. Some usually in like the very first call, I can know what their strengths are, and it's because it's the thing that they're fighting against the most. And so, it's a beautiful thing when we can shift and start fighting for our gifts and for who we are, and really start seeing ourselves for the greatness that we have inside of us, rather than, trying to be something else. Thank you. Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process?
I'll share.
Thanks, Rachel.
My first thought was my body speaks to me, and I can ask it what it needs. And I'm learning to listen. And I also believe in the wisdom of the body, the wisdom of the mind, and the wisdom of the spirit, and trying and bringing those into alignment and synchronizing them together to work for my good. And yeah, those were my thoughts.
Beautiful. Thank you. I also believe that. I have to say that there are so many gifts that we're not aware of. And I think that, I think about like back in the 1600s when they were burning witches, and some of these things that have been said on the call, you'd be like, up for your trial. And I would too, because these are gifts of the Spirit that we can utilize in the physical form. And so our body gets to benefit from the gifts of the Spirit. And this is a place where we can actually openly talk about things like, these gifts, like my spirit leaving my body, and the wisdom of the spirit and the mind and the body coming together, and all of those things that have been shared. This is a place where we recognize those gifts, and we can be open and share, and even create a business where you get to support people in a way that isn't possible for them individually, separate from you. And I'm just so grateful that we live in a time when we can allow the physical and the spirit, this body consciousness. I'm thinking body like spirit body, mind body, all the different bodies that we have, to come together as one, and to acknowledge those gifts that we have available to us to be able to do that. Thank you. I think someone else had something they wanted to share. Jennifer?
Yes, so I just wanted to just have this express this gratitude for this call. And I too am so thankful for my body speaking to me, and I can ask it what it needs, and I can receive that. 2 nights ago, I had a cramp in my calf, and was up, a lot through the night. And yesterday I asked my body, is like, what does this mean? What does this pain mean? And my first thought was that I was dehydrated. And then I asked my family, my husband and my children, and they were giving me some other possibilities as well with my healing and health issues that I've been struggling with. And then yesterday, my affirmation was, one of my affirmations was, all that I desire, I receive. I am fulfilled in all areas of my life. And I focused on my desires yesterday in some different areas of my life. And I received just that confirmation from you, Eileen, with your situation with when you have cramps in your calves and dehydration. And we can receive all that we desire, and just being able to tune into our ability to listen to our spirit, our mind, or our body. So that's my share today.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. I think a lot of times, just like we were talking about, these gifts of the spirit that we can utilize for our body's benefit. A lot of times we don't even trust ourselves or what our body's trying to tell us. And so we go to other sources to try to, get that confirmation. But what you were saying, Jennifer, with me confirming that, that I know that that's what causes me to get those too. That I think is just good confirmation that you can trust yourself, that you can trust your body and what it's trying to tell you. And I know whenever I have received some information from my body, if just a thought comes to me, it always is right. It's always right. And with my clients, there have been times when I've, facilitated them through a process where they actually receive a message from their body, and it's always right. It's irrefutable. We can trust our body, and I love that. It's like such a powerful, comforting thought that we have all the answers right within us. We just have to ask and listen and trust it. Thank you.
Can I just add to that real quick?
Yeah, thanks, Rachel.
It just hit me really strong that when we receive our confirmation, we're receiving the Holy Ghost.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
His role is to confirm what we already know inside.
Oh, wow, beautiful. Confirmation of the Holy Ghost. I love that. Wow, super powerful. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that, Rachel.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and shift over to our permission process, just go ahead and take a deep breath. And as our subject today is on body consciousness, I invite you to just become really conscious of your body. And it's interesting, I'm just remembering that this is how we started our meditation yesterday. So what a beautiful thing for our call today to just be a next step, just more understanding. Take one more deep breath. And just listen to your body right now. Just be aware of any areas in your body that are wanting to talk to you. Just quick head to toe check. And what do you feel? And whatever the first area of your body that you're aware of, just go to that place and allow that feeling to expand. Allow it to be as big as it would like to be. This is one of those moments when you can allow your body to be as loud as it wants to be, and giving your body the permission to feel. And within that feeling, just ask the question, what's the message? Is there a message that this feeling has for you? And whatever the words that are coming to you, just write those down. Trust that it's perfect. This is your message that your body has been trying to give you. And then as you're receiving that message, or as you're getting that message, just ask yourself, can you receive it? There's a difference between the message being delivered and you actually receiving it. And just ask yourself, are you willing to receive it? And now that you've received that message and your body has delivered it, can you be grateful for the feeling that drew your attention so that you could receive that message? Can you be grateful for the feeling within your body? And now that the message has been delivered, it's been received, and you've even expressed gratitude for it, check in with that feeling and what would it like to do? Would the feeling like to stay where it is, or would it like to move? And just allow whatever it would like to do. If it wants to continue staying there, can you let it? Or if it wants to leave, can you let it leave? Can you let it move? And it may not leave completely. It might move to a different part of your body, or whatever it would like to do. Just can you let it? And just watch it as it goes wherever it wants to go. And then check in one more time, head to toe. What do you feel? And just notice the change. And then as you're noticing the change that's happened and you've received that message, what are the limiting beliefs that are coming up for you right now? Are there any limiting beliefs that would interrupt this process of your body speaking to you, delivering message, and allowing those feelings in your body to just be? What limiting belief? And if you have a limiting belief come up, what is the cost of having that limiting belief compared to the message that you've just received and being able to listen to your body? What is the cost of that limiting belief? And if you don't like that cost, then you can give yourself permission to choose something different. So if you're ready to give yourself permission to choose something different than that limiting belief, say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. And then what are some new beliefs? So now that you've given yourself permission to choose into something different than these limiting beliefs, we need to replace those limiting beliefs with something new. So what new beliefs would serve you better? What new beliefs would empower you to be able to take action on that message that you've just received from your body? What new beliefs would give you the faith to trust that your body can talk to you? What new beliefs would invite the Holy Spirit in to give you confirmation of this message and your body's ability to speak to you? What are your new beliefs? And then wherever that feeling was within your body, I invite you, as you breathe in this next time, to bring those new beliefs in and replace those limiting beliefs with these new beliefs that you've created for yourself. Allow yourself to heal yourself with these new beliefs. Take one more deep breath. Bring those words into your body and use those to give your body permission to heal itself with these new beliefs. And as you are feeling the change within you happening, just allow whatever additional things that are needed, maybe bringing in the healing power of Christ, whatever it is that you need to continue that healing. And also ask for inspiration on the one most important thing for you to do today to continue facilitating and complete that healing process. What is your inspired shortcut today to being completely whole and healed? We are just about at the end of our time today. I do want to offer to have a 15-minute call with anybody that feels like they're struggling and just needs some extra support in this area. All you have to do is just go to askwylene.com, and I'd love to have that 15 minutes with you to help to facilitate the completion of this healing for you. And maybe it's not me that gets to serve you. Maybe I can suggest someone that would help. So if you're feeling like you need some extra support in this area at all, just please go to askwylene.com and schedule a 15-minute call with me. We have just maybe a minute. Is there somebody that has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I'll share.
Thanks, Tammy.
So the area of my body that needed help was my stomach. My stomach has been really upset last night and this morning, and as I focused on that area, I saw like capsules being transported through my body. And the thing that came to my mind was that my body has encapsulated generations of anger that has been passed down through my ancestral lines, and that it is helping me to eliminate it through my body's wisdom. And and then at the end, Christ came and touched me, and it was healed. And that is what I absolutely love about inviting Jesus Christ, because all it takes is one touch and it's gone. It's completely gone, whatever it is that we need healed. And I know that we were never meant to suffer I know that going through different experiences here to help us learn and grow is necessary and very important. But we are never meant to suffer. And as we invite Jesus Christ in, that all it takes is one touch from him.
Wow, so beautiful, Tammy. Thank you. I 100% agree. He suffered so that we don't have to. That is scriptural. We know that to be true. And what a powerful testimony that you just shared. Thank you. And you also have given us the perfect confirmation that whatever we're feeling inside of our body is perfect. You know, for you to realize that your stomach being upset is part of that release that's happening. What a beautiful confirmation of how every feeling that we have within our body has a purpose, and that Christ can facilitate that healing for us. Well, thank you. We're going to go ahead and end our call right now. I know others of you might have some things to share, and I would love to read about those on our Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude. So if you have something that you'd like to share, please go there and share your experience. We would love to celebrate with you. And or if you need some extra support through that group, that's a great place to go and get some extra support and ideas for your own healing as well. And again, going to askwylene.com if you'd like that 15 minutes with me. Thank you all so much. This has been an awesome week. I've just really appreciated the insights that I've received, and feel like I'm a new person because of being on the call today. And I'm sure that many of you, probably all of you, feel the same. We won't be together tomorrow and Sunday, so I encourage you to continue your gratitude practice, your daily GPS practice. If you were not able to be on our GPS Planner Masterclass yesterday, I do have the replay ready, and so you can reach out to me and I'd be happy to send that replay to you, or send you to, actually, I think I'm going to be posting it on the Breakthrough with Gratitude page, so that's a place that you can find it as well. And yeah, so thank you for being on the call today. We'll look forward to tomorrow, or Monday morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you.
Thanks, Wileen.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WyleenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.